Hey guys, thanks for clicking on my video and giving me a little bit of your time. I actually want to share with you a prophetic word of direction that I feel like we received during our ministry rally. Now, our ministry rally was a wonderful time. It was this last Sunday. We did some food. We gave away some gifts. It was a really good time. And then afterwards, we did a time of ministry. Now, we had some people kind of give words to one another. And then afterwards, there was a time where I feel like we really received a prophetic word for us as the ministry team, as a ministry. And the prophetic word, just to summarize it, would be this: is we grow together from just kind of individuals into kind of a community and into a team, and then eventually even into a family. As we do that, we'll see an increase of more sort of the healing and the power that God's going to work through us. So I know that was sort of a direction that I feel like we just sort of needed to move in. I guess I didn't know it was God so much behind it, but it's really a direction that I really feel kind of convicted that it is a direction that we should be moving in. I started kind of at the beginning of the year planning ministry rallies and trying to be intentional about creating a sense of community with us in the ministry team. So I'm just asking you guys just to be sort of intentional about that, just intentional about trying to create a culture and trying to create a family out of it. It can't just be kind of me just kind of pushing this, but I need all of us just to begin to kind of work that way. So here's some ideas of practicals of how to do that. Most of them are pretty simple. Just when you go up on the ministry team, just kind of take stock of who's around you. Maybe after the ministry team, after you've prayed for people, you just say hi to people. I really encourage you guys to say hi to people, especially you don't know. And to those that you do know, just saying hi, try to catch up with them here and there in the hallway, maybe, or in the lobby in between services, beginning or after. Another thing that I really want to encourage you guys to do is at the Saturday there's the 5:15, and then on Sunday there's the 8:15 prayer service, pre-prayer service. What that is we just kind of get together, we pray a little bit. We kind of get the words of knowledge then for the ministry time, but it's really a great time to go and try to connect with people. There's kind of regulars, and we catch up with them a little bit before and then kind of talk a little bit afterwards. It's a wonderful time. It's a great experience. It really is built my faith, especially in the word of knowledge, because you'll get a word of knowledge and then you'll see that person on the ministry line. It really increases your faith. The way that I'm really going to try to challenge me about this is I'm going to be a lot more intentional about trying to get to know you guys. As an introvert, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm really going to push for it. I'm going to try to, after the ministry times, really sort of stay up there on the line. I'm going to intentionally not schedule stuff right after the ministry times, but I really want to stay there. I want to try to get to know you guys, intentional about meeting you guys. I know it's a big team. Some of you guys I really barely even know, so I'm going to try to meet new people. I'm going to try to catch up to people I really know. But two things that I would ask you guys that you would absolutely do would be this. First off, wear your name badge. I know it's a little annoying and it sounds a little, I'd say, legalistic, but it's actually really important. A, because if you're coming up, you feel like you're coming up to a group of people who have been certified and trained, which you guys are. But B is also, it just helps us really relate to each other if we know each other's names. Maybe you met someone 2 weeks ago and you want to say hi again, but you don't know their name, and maybe you're scared because you think that they know yours. It can be a little bit complicated. So I really encourage you guys just to always have these guys. Now, if you don't have them, that's okay. I'd rather, if you forget it a weekend, I'd rather have you up on the line than have you not praying at all. But just let's try to be intentional about that, and we'll move forward from there. The second thing that I really want you guys to do is just be praying for us. Just be praying for the ministry. This is a little bit of a shift. We've never had kind of a push this direction. I really, during the pre-prayer service, I always really try to spend a couple minutes just really praying for the ministry line and for you guys. So I just really encourage you guys to be praying for just the ministry, be praying just so that we could grow in sort of that family and that community. Just a really something strong that kind of cares about each other. We're all prayer warriors. We can pray for each other too. I know that I'm absolutely praying with you guys. Now, lastly, I just kind of want to share a verse with you. Now, this is a verse that I read over a bunch of times, and I didn't quite understand it until lately. And the verse is, this is 1 John 4:12. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God abides in us, and His love is perfected in us. Now, it's interesting, you hear it the other way a lot of times, that if we love God, then love will abide in us. But actually, as we love each other as well, God will also abide to us. I don't know quite how it works. 1 John is an interesting book. But the point is this. I really, and I've seen this with the School of Kingdom Ministry, it's like almost as the group begins to gel more and become more as a family, we see much more, I say, powerful more manifestations of of God. We see bigger breakthroughs in people, both internally and as they minister. So I really encourage you guys. Thanks for joining me on the journey as we move together into something that is, kind of a bunch of individuals into a family. We'll do another ministry rally in the fall, so please see if you can attend that. And thanks, guys. I'm excited to see God move through us more. It's always exciting. It's always an adventure, and it's definitely worth it because the people that we're ministering to are definitely worth it. So thanks, guys. I'm praying for you. Thanks for giving me a little bit of your time. I know this video was a little longer.